Right, Robbie Kennedy. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been trying to get you on for a while, but with all your commuting back and forth, all your training, we've been busy as well. We finally got you here, mate. We're pleased to have you.
Yeah. We were not sure if you're even gonna come because you got fight set up for. Is it when you're flying out tomorrow?
Flying out tomorrow morning, yeah.
Yeah.
Friday till Monday.
Yeah, you took it last minute again. Again, when I'm saying again,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
most of your fights are.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't help it. It's just how it is.
No, you're definitely the man, mate, for that.
Yeah. Have you ever done full camp? Because every time I see it, it's literally, honestly, I'm sorry, Nelson. Every time I watch it, 2 weeks notice, 1 week notice. I'm like, fucking hell.
Yeah, but it usually gets job done, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A few. I've had a few full camps.
Yeah.
And it's just like I said, I train, so I've just got the mindset of I'm ready to fight.
You're always in the gym anyway, isn't it?
I'm in
So
the gym, I train, I teach, so I'm just. Yeah.
So you're always pretty much in shape and roundabout weight.
Got to try and be a professional athlete, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to be, as well as obviously a professional fighter. So
Yeah.
No, good man. How did it all come about then? This latest proposition.
the boss man set me up. Well, I don't want to say set me up, but yeah, the boss man set it up. So he's got a lot of contacts, abroad as well as obviously in England. But yeah, obviously a company reached out to him, an organisation, FNC,
Yeah.
and yeah, he just offered. I got offered one guy at first, and I said, yeah, sound, let's have it. And then a few hours later, he's like, oh no, they don't want that guy. They're gonna give you someone else. So like, all right, yeah, sound, let's have it. He's like, do you want to go? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I want to go. I want to go. I want to fight.
Oh, you had a pen ready?
Yeah. Well, he said I got to sign it. So I signed on the dotted line. But yeah, the guy that originally I was meant to get. Well, I got matched with. He's already fighting on the show. So again, I don't know the guy. I don't know if he said no, I'm not fighting him. I'd rather fight this guy or whatever. But I know the guy who I was first got matched with. He's fighting on the show as well. So it'll be funny to see him.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah,
Depending on outcomes at matchups, then you
might end up
if
meeting
you
him.
same building or whatever. So Andres Ramos, is it?
Yeah, Andres Ramos, Cuban kid. Well, I don't say Cuban kid, but yeah, Cuban geezer. Heavily wrestler. I know he does MMA obviously, but I have obviously watched a few of his fights and just looks very wrestle heavy. So I'm expecting another wrestling kind of battle like the last fight that I had. I'm just looking to obviously dominate and ping him as best I can.
But you do a lot of wrestling in your. I know you're kickboxer, but you do this a lot now.
Yeah. Obviously, like I said, I've been working on my weakness for a lot. I knew, coming into MMA that my weakness was always the grappling side of it and the wrestling. And ever since I've just been trying to get better. I was training a little bit with Manchester Y Club, training obviously Sub-Zone Fight Academy as well over in Manchester with Cam, who's a really good high-level instructor, especially a grappler as well. But yeah, I've got some really good coaches, even at AVT. Got a good wrestling coach and obviously Ash. And just improving my game. A lot of people said even in that last fight, your wrestling's got a lot better. Yeah. So I know I'm making little
good gains,
good improvement. So yeah.
How long you been doing this wrestling thing?
Well, I'd probably say I started MMA in 2018.
Yeah.
So 6 years I've kind of been doing MMA. Obviously in between that time I tore my ACL, which wasn't nice, but that then kind
of actually wrestling as well.
That was with a wrestler, a Dagestani wrestler at Predators Club in Manchester. He a Sambo kind of guy as well, Ali Arish. Everyone kind of knows him in the Manchester scene, but yeah, I knew. Do you know what I mean? I knew he wanted to bloody take me down, and he got to be kind of pinned against the wall. And he's gone one way, and I've spun out the other way, and it's just
bad injury. How long were you out for?
Yeah, I was out for a good, I'd say at least a good 9 months out. Like I couldn't spar heavily at all for like at least 9 months.
Yeah.
So then I was just doing a lot of boxing. I was doing a lot of stand up, just to improve my hands still and just keep working and keep ticking over because obviously I needed to do something in between that time.
yeah, keep yourself busy.
Yeah, 100%.
And then COVID.
The great convict.
The great, yeah.
The great convict.
You know what? Every time you have a conversation with somebody, they have a different opinion of it.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. My partner got it. I never got it. And she's probably got long COVID now. Where her sinuses and taste buds are not the same. But I'm not saying it's not real. I just think the way they went about it.
It was too much, wasn't it?
Yeah,
We're all wrong, weren't it?
Yeah, it was all wrong.
Yeah. You know, at first I was kind of following the rules, not follow. Like I was wearing a mask outside, you know, and then every time you could take it off. But that's we still had parties. Yeah, we still had, you know, you got to do it. Gatherings and everything. You didn't give a fuck really.
You've got to live, otherwise, you know.
But when I really stopped giving a fuck, when I was listening to Raid, and I can't remember who said it. Remember who said it? The second vaccine, you know, they go, oh, you need a top up, and then you're gonna be 75% more protected. And I thought,
top up.
How the fuck do you know that? Where is the research? Obviously bullshitting. So I thought this whole thing is just fucking bullshit. I thought, fuck off. And then I stopped wearing masks to everything.
I was never a big fan, you know. Like I said, I went to protests, and I just obviously voiced my opinion quite heavily on social media. I got shadow banned.
Backlash as well for that. Oh.
Yeah, I got a lot of people. You know, a lot of people fought, friends, family even falling out with me, and it's just because, you know, I voiced my opinion, and now you look at it now there's vaccine damage payments, and you know there's all these inquiries where now AstraZeneca been in court and they've actually admitted, it actually causes blood clots, and so I'm just glad I never got any of it. You know, I'm glad I never went such along with it with that. You know, I said, give me a booster, give me another booster, like it's going to do something. You know, I've got an immune system. Yeah. If my immune system doesn't work, then
and you're young
it's my time. You know what I mean? It's my time, but I'm not going to get a vaccine for something that, you know, you don't really know 100%, especially when it's not fully been tested. 5-10 years are meant to test these, you know, any kind of new vaccination.
And they've done it in 3 months.
Just rushed it. They rushed it.
Yeah.
So
crazy times, wasn't it?
It was sad. It was, you you forget of how that was only like 2 years ago.
It seems like
you know,
it's vanished as well. It's got vanished.
Gone now. You know, COVID's gone. You know, there's nothing on it. We're speaking of other things that are going crazy in the world, and I'm not big on politics. You know, I think there's a lot of ponces in power. Puppets, shall we call them? Wet wipes, you know, corrupt cunts. Sorry.
Keep going, mate. Keep going, mate.
I'm not a fan, you know, and I think many people, even today, I obviously was voting today. You know, I voted for the first time. I've never voted. I voted. I went and voted.
Never.
And I know, like I said, people say, you know, it probably won't make a difference. It probably won't, because, you know, they're already, we've got you in line, all these puppets and the strings that they draw. So unless I think the whole UK reforms and a big revolution happens, shit's just going to keep happening.
Can we ask, who did you vote for them? Can we ask you?
You can ask me, Unfortunately, I voted Labour, but I just followed the missus, and I voted Labour, and Socialist. And that was because of who represents in Manchester. There's, I think his name's Andy, I always forget his name, Andy Bingham or something like that, I'm not 100% sure, but there's a guy over in Manchester who does really well as a Labour MP, because I was like, no, I'm not voting Labour, and she's like, no, it's not like a general election. You know what I mean? They were like having a big debate. I'm not voting Labour, I'm voting Green Party, I'm voting this, I'm voting that, independent. So she's like, no, it's actually just for the local councillors and who you want for the council. And I said, all right, fair enough. I know he does bits. I follow him a little bit on social media. So
and he's okay.
He's an alright guy.
I think last time I had that kind of situation during Brexit. My missus is Polish, so I just tread very carefully. But a lot of it's garbage, really. Best to stay out of it half the time.
To me, it's only like the only real two parties in power is Tories and Labour, isn't it? So if you vote for anybody else, it doesn't really matter. So, and they both, to me, in my book, they're both not adequate to run the country. So, what do you do then?
And this is what I mean about us needing a big whole revolution.
You know, we probably agree with you.
We need it abolishing. In all honesty, I think we need to think, right, if you're going to vote, right, let the people vote for what they want to happen or what changes they want. Do you know what I mean? Like, right, okay, we need to get, for example, we need to get more doctors. We need to get them a pay rise. We need to get nurses a pay rise. We need to get, better hours for the nurses, so they can have a break, and they're not all wanting to quit their jobs at 30 years old because it's too much and the stress. We need things like that to happen where better things happen. You want to go out and flip and give them a round of applause at 8 o'clock, but you don't want to give them a pay rise. Remember that? Bang your pots and pans for NHS, but they didn't want to give them a pay rise. And it's only recently that, we'll give them a 1% pay. Well, what's that? When MPs are sat there on a 4, 5, 6 grand bag.
Yeah, inflation's at 10 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's sad times.
Yeah. It is, it's sad times, really.
So, the training then was affected because I'm
back onto MMA, guys.
Yeah, back onto MMA.
sorry.
Kind of. The reason I asked that about COVID, because you started your career as a MMA fighter rather late,
quite late.
It was,
and then literally COVID struck, isn't it? Everything shut fucking down. And
I had my first pro fight behind closed doors. So my first pro fight, there was no audience.
How was that experience?
It was weird as fudge. Weird as fudge. Like you could hear every like when UFC were the only ones really doing anything during COVID and the COVID, sorry, and and they were like, you could hear every single shot, like every leg kick, you could hear it chop, every punch you could hear, and that's what it was like. It was weird, like I said, it was kind of under these
you can hear the breathing of the opponent and everything, aren't you? It's like fucking mad.
It was a lot different, and again, I fought in countries or even cities that I'm not the favourite. I go there, I'm getting booed. I'll go there, and people want their hometown or their countryman to win, and not me. So I'm kind of used to,
volatility type,
just tunnel vision and blacking out the audience. I don't really. I'm not concerned if there's an audience there. Like I said, of course I want to be an entertaining fighter, but I'm not interested if there's 10 people there or 10,000 people there or 100. I'm not. My job's with this guy in the cage.
Yeah, that's it.
One to one.
Yeah, this is. I don't care. Well, you lot can all sit and watch and pay to it. Yeah, sound great. But my job is to beat this guy.
Yeah,
and that's all. Like I said, it was weird. To be in and out and to be rushed out and ushered out. Like it was a completely weird way to have your pro debut. But I'm just grateful. I got the win and kind of moved on from there, and then I could get an audience.
I think that's come from like all them years of all combat sports you've done over the years, all kickboxing bouts.
I was
combination.
I think I was very confident. I'm a confident man anyway. Like I said, I'm different. I know I'm different to any man on this earth. We're all different. We've all got our own superpowers, but I just know that I'm a different kind of breed when it comes to fighting. There ain't guys that'll a week's notice. I'll fight that guy.
What's other side of Europe as well?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
undefeated fighter.
An undefeated fighter, and who knows that he's going to wrestle fuck him, and who knows that, he's just going to want to take it. Yeah, I'll fight him. Yeah, fuck it, let's go.
What you mentioned before, you said I don't give a fuck who it is. I'll fight anybody. I'm a fighter. That's it. Simple as that. I'm not refusing anyone.
And I think that's the best mindset to have, because there's a lot of fighters out there that cherry pick fights.
Yeah. They
want a perfect record. They want to, some highlight reel that they can, jump on a cage and say that, look at this guy I've beat. Mate, you're fighting bums or you're fighting journeymen. And don't get me wrong, I've fought 1 or 2 journeymen. I didn't run on the cage and celebrate like I've just knocked some guy. I don't care. I'll do my traditional bow like I always do. And
from like one side, you can kind of understand, because if they're looking as a career point of view, they want that perfect record simply for money, for the purse, isn't it? So the more wins, the bigger purse.
That's what kind of annoys me about boxing, because there's way too much of that in boxing.
Yeah, boxing, as you can see with the the legend of Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul, or Logan Paul, whichever. I just think again that's it just shows where boxing's at. Boxing is not where it used to be at, where you had the likes of some heavy hitters in the heavyweights, the Brunos, the Lennox Lewis, and you haven't got them fighters anymore. We've got Anthony Joshua, he's all right. You've got Tyson Fury, he's pretty decent. But who else have we got?
Yeah, and then the bigger question is why they haven't fought?
Exactly.
2 best men.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't give a fuck about politics.
And that's what I mean. They're both British. We should want who's the best man in Britain then?
Yeah.
And I think obviously money. People are not agreeing on this, and and I think when Tyson fights Usyk, it's going to be a boring fight. I've said it. It's going to be a boring fight. Like, Usyk's not got the power to knock him out. Fury is going to do his ring craft. He's going to dance around. He's going to ping him with his jab, and you might get a unanimous win. I'll be very shocked if Fury knocks him out. Very shocked. He's just not.
In my
he's a
opinion,
good
I think
boxer.
Usyk is a better boxer as well.
He's a class boxer, and that's what I mean. I'm not taking it. I just don't think he's got the knockout power.
He's not a true heavyweight.
That's what I mean. He's not. He's not. So he's not going to have.
Tyson's clever as well, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he is. He's not going to want to fight. He's not going to fight Fury after he knocks out Ngannou.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll fight you, mate. No, he's not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big problem, isn't it? And this is kind of trickling down now in kind of MMA as well, isn't it? If, like you say, if you're fighting bums but your record looks good, your next fight you'll have a bigger purse probably, or you have a better contract, or
I think obviously people are trying to get to the big leagues, like the likes of maybe UFC or Octagon or Aries or Bellator or PFL, whatever that may be. But even, and I'm not trying to take anything away from anyone that I've been on a fight show with, but even on the last fight show that I was with, I was a bit shocked at some of the opponents that were on there for some of the lads, just because I was in the hotel, and I'm in the hotel with some of the, obviously, I don't want to say I was in the losing side, but yeah, the losing team that they bummed all these guys together, and we're all meant to be in the losing corner, and I'm looking, and the guy's ordering a McDonald's the day before his fight. Now I'm thinking, if you've cut weight, you might, this might be your first time in England, mate, and credit to you, get a McDonald's after your fight. But if you've just cut weight, you're fighting tomorrow, and you're having a McDonald's the day before you fight. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. You hear a lot of fighters, they'll go to Nando's. A lot of fighters will go to Nando's. The weigh-ins are done, boom, Nando's. I've done it before. Done it with a few mates, gone to Nando's after weighing. Yeah, sound weigh-ins are done, boom, let's get a big fat scran, we'll go to Nando's. But you get a Mackey's.
Fucking the worst of the worst.
Do you know what I mean? You're getting a Mackey's,
that's weird.
Again,
what fight?
Do you know what I mean? Where's your mind at, bro? Like, your mind's not in the right place. Like, if you're wanting to fight, and you're thinking you're going to have a McDonald's, you're having all that fucking shite, calories and whatever, fizzy juice and whatever, what, each to their own, everyone might be different, but I'm just thinking, like, the mindset of you is not in the right place for a fight.
Yeah, simple.
Did he get his ass kicked?
Yeah, a lot of them lost. A lot of them lost. So when there was only one in, like I said, the corner that I was in, the losing corner. There was only one, and she was female. Bless her. She was the first fighter that won in the losing corner. Everyone else just got stopped. First round, second, and they're having them again on the show. And the annoying thing for me is that, like I said, I asked this show, can I get back on? Weeks ago. But even before this fight, I knew I was getting here. I asked them weeks ago. It's near enough, just at the start of April, I've asked them, can I get back on the show? It's stacked.
But you won.
I'm just thinking, I've just give you fight of the night.
Yeah.
And you're turning around and saying your fight card's stacked already, and your fight card's not till June. Your fight show's not till June.
That was the split decision, yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking hell,
We'll move on to that in a minute.
So I was shocked. I was shocked by him. Like, oh no, we've got this. We could maybe have something in July cropping up. And I said, I'll be honest with you, BKFC have asked me to come back in August. So nah.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
If you can't be, and I'm not saying you've got to bend over for me and take
another opportunity.
But come on, man, I'll just give you a fight of the night from a fight card or even a fight show that I thought there was only 3 British lads against each other. The rest, again, no disrespect to anyone, the rest were from, I want to say, a journeyman gym. I won't say the name of the gym, but I'll just call it a journeyman gym. And you had about 7 of those fighters that crumbled in the first and second round. And like I say again,
why would you want them back, really?
Why would you want them back? Why would you want them back?
I think maybe Oscar pointed out last time a good point, whether it's true or not, it could be about the, how many Instagram followers do you have and all that.
It is. The ticket sales as well, and this is what a lot, promoters will be looking at. Oh, well, how many followers you got? How many followers has the gym got? All right, so how many tickets can you sell or what? Because obviously, I get you want to make money as a promoter. I get that.
Yeah,
I get it's a business. I get it's a business, and you obviously, you want to invest, and you want to obviously get a bit of a
return.
Return, of course. Everyone wants a return on their investment. But then when I look at it, and you've got to think of the quality that you're producing, would you not rather have quality fights rather than just quantity?
Yeah, because that's when the people started watching. You know, it's that's a bit of a weird. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one to me as well. I can't get my head wrapped around that.
I mean, going back to that fight you've just been mentioning, you and Khan.
Yeah.
What a fucking fight, man. Jesus Christ.
You, man.
I've watched it back twice now and I was like, fucking hell, wow.
It was a good scrap.
You don't mind that as well, isn't it?
No, man, that's what I'm about. You know, like I said, that's why I say I'm a different kind of fighter.
Yeah.
There'd have been many fighters that would probably quit in that first round after, you know, it clipped me a little bit. Yeah, a lot. And what annoyed me about this is like, it did kind of clip me, and I kind of recovered a little bit. Obviously, I kind of recovered, but
it looked like you recovered.
Yeah, I recovered. And the thing is, like I said, I even helped him up after that first round. I'm like, why am I fucking helping you up?
Just stick one on.
Yeah, just.
Well, I tried demolishing him in a second.
I mean? You just ping me and I'm helping you up, but you know, it's the respect I've got anyway. So you know, he caught me nice.
Respect,
what a lot of people didn't see is that even in that first round, I dropped him as well. And this is what people didn't see it, and I think the judges didn't see it. So as he had me up against the cage, I've just kind of had my legs like pressed up, and I've just swung a big right hand round, and it just dropped. And I just started pinging him. But he did his job, he held on, you know, and taking nothing away from him, he held on, he survived. And that's all I can say. He held on and he survived.
When he dropped you dropped down and took him down, didn't you? Or you went,
so yeah,
I
got
he didn't like flatten you. He like
no,
caught
that's what
you.
I mean. He caught
as you were going down, you took him down. Or?
I took it, and that's what I mean. It's like, because that's what annoyed me when I was speaking to one of the judges. He said, I was giving you that round until he caught you. And then when I went on the reffing course and the judges course, and I was speaking to Mark Goddard, and he says, this is something that a lot of people don't realise, that you can't just score the last 10 seconds.
Yeah,
you've got to score the whole round. Yeah. So I was quite annoyed that I didn't want to say, Mark, will you watch my fight and give me your feedback? I'm not going to ask Mark Goddard to do that, but I wanted him to, obviously, hopefully one day he might watch it. It's on UFC Fight Pass, who knows? Yeah. But when I got that feedback from him and he's saying, you have to score the whole entire round, not just, you know, because a lot of people say, take him down and you'll win the last 10 seconds. You know, you'll hear it all the time, and it's like. Yeah, but then what happened before those 4 minutes and 50 seconds?
So you can kind of coast a little bit and put it on at end, and then you went round, and it's like, you've got to, And
that's what I mean, he didn't do any damage, really. You know, like I said, I bloody fought Sambo the following weekend. You know what I mean? Saturday.
Yeah, didn't you win competition?
Yeah,
as well?
And then I won.
You know what I mean? That's funny.
Come back and just thought, you know what? We can dive in this and have a bit of this. And the both lads that I fought were bigger than me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was still...
Weight-wise, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was still like, I'd obviously put a bit of size back on. I probably got up to about 98, 97, and but the lads went hundreds. Like they were 105, 106, 7, whatever. And I was like, whatever.
Okay, whatever.
So you know,
good on you, mate.
Yeah. What's your walking weight? Your natural weight?
My walking weight is just light heavyweight. Like now, what I said,
you are a tall lad.
Yeah, so I'm bulk. I'm even like I'm cutting down now. Like usually, but Mr. Furnace called me Robbie One Cut. He's like, Robbie One Cut. What do you mean? I said, what do you mean? He's like, cut one time and that's it. You can't do it. I said, listen, I'm built differently, mate. My body's not built to cut. So, but you know, like my walk around, it's about 90 odd, 93, anywhere between 92, 93 to about 96, 98.
So you don't have to come in and do them drastic weight cuts, 20, 30 pounds and stuff. That doesn't affect you at all.
I don't think fighters should do it. I think unless you're getting
we've
paid
had some
big
right
money,
debates about this.
I don't see why you do it. And I tell even teammates, I say, why are you losing so much? Like, why? Like, because I want to get... But how much are you getting paid?
Yeah.
Like, how much you get? Is it worth... Is your body...
Because that is extremely unhealthy. That's what, You
see, we've seen people faint in UFC.
Well, people died in one UFC in 2016. The lad died,
Do you know what I mean? And that's what you've got to think of. Longevity. How's your body going to hold up in 10, 20 years' time when your kidneys start failing, your liver starts struggling? How are you going to feel? Because I did all these drastic weight cuts. Well, good on you, mate. You know, you're still an amateur. You got paid all right. You didn't create no big legacy. You just your body up for what?
It's not worth it, is it?
No,
Risk
it's not
reward,
worth it.
it's not worth it.
That's what Pereira said, didn't he?
They all do it in top organisations, don't they?
Yeah.
Put the body through it big time.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, if you're getting paid millions, you know, it's like some people say to me, "Oh, I didn't cut to middleweight." I'm like, fuck that. I'd want to cut to middle. I said, what am I going to lose?
Yeah.
I'm skinny as it is. I'm skinny but cut. But what am I going to lose? I'm not. Everything's just going to be like.
And it'll affect your performance, affect everything.
Probably
Probably mental health and everything, won't it?
That's how I feel my last fight affected. My last fight was affected because I dropped so much to 87, which is the lightest I've been in a long time.
And you're 6'5" as well.
You know, 6'5", I went down to 87 kilos.
You know.
You know, like, yeah, I probably weighed in with my clothes on like 88 the next day, but, you know, when I was weighed myself in the morning, I'm like 87 kilos. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. That's light. That's like, you know, a whole 10 kilos light. So, yeah, I wasn't best pleased. I knew that was his tactic as well. Like, his tactic was just to tie me out and drain me the best he could. Like, you know, bless him, he's got a middleweight title fight now. And I just, it don't make sense to me. Like, you fought at catchweight, you fought middleweight, you fought catchweight, you fought middleweight. It needs to obviously, he's going to pick a lane, hopefully, whether it be light heavy, whether it be middleweight, whatever. But then I just think, well, you've bulked me up, you bulked me down, drained me down to bloody catchweight, and then you're fighting at a middleweight.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. I just think, and the guy that he's fighting, again, I don't know him. You know, I don't want to say what gym he's from. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. You know, it is what it is, isn't it?
But you fought up at heavyweight as well.
Yeah, many years. I think my last amateur fight was at heavyweight, but again, the guy probably had about 10, just shy of 15 kg on me, and that was a good guy from TFT, Andrew Fisher's gym, which is a good gym as well.
Yeah.
Went 3 rounds. Again, bless him. He you know, Marcin, I remember his name. He said he felt my power in that first round. He said, "I just take you down. I won't stand him with you." Yeah. You know, so a guy heavier than me again felt it, and that's what I mean. If I touch you, I know there's problems. Yeah. And that's the thing. You know, I'm confident in that power. I know I've got knockout power in any hand. Any hand can drop you. Yeah. Any foot can hopefully drop you as well.
Yeah, strong for you think you straight kicks.
Yeah.
What? You know what? That's one of the best celebrations I ever seen. He just walked off when.
I knew when I seen him drop that, I thought, nah, there's no
crumbled,
need to follow. Way, There's no need to follow.
Yeah, his both knees just went down. Yeah. The knees just went like the legs went under the knees. I just thought, fuck, you know, they were fully out in the air. Just went.
But yeah,
beauty.
That was
only special fellas do that, mate.
That was a highlight reel, and I always say that was off the lead leg. You know, it was like a lead switch, and I always tell people not to do switch kicks.
Yeah, you kept switching all the time in that fight, didn't you?
Yeah.
You tried it a couple of times before, didn't you?
I did. I was unlucky, you know, like I said, because I tried it in orthodox for a little bit. I was flicking it out, and he just kept like kind of parrying it a little bit, and you know, slipping it, and then I just thought, fuck this, let me just try again in southpaw, and I feinted to body. And as I'd kind of come up, I seen him just step, and I thought, I've got you here. Bam! I just caught him nice.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
But the walk-off, honestly, as well, it just walked away.
Like Mark, it was beautiful, mate.
You have to, I think, like I said again, I felt even bad because I split his lip. Like, you know, I don't know what they call it, but like he had, well, I don't know, like I don't want to say lizard's tongue, but yeah, it was literally split down the middle. So I even went into, like I said, I always say, like I went back to his locker and I just apologised. Like, oh, look, sorry, man. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to. It had to be done, though, didn't it? But obviously, I knew he was trying to take my head off as well. You know, because I knew he was one of them fighters. His game, you know, he'll stand and bang people. So I thought, well, I'm gonna have to try and just put him out.
I think in first 10 seconds you were trading, and he's in, you know, in each other's face. And
there's one thing for sure, Robbie. You're always in an entertaining fight, mate.
That's always seemed to be in first 10 seconds. You're already trading, isn't it?
That's the plan. You know, that's the plan, and you know, I think again that comes from old kickboxing coach as well. Like he's like, let him feel the power. The first shot,
nice and early.
Is that what they say?
Yeah. He always says, let him feel the power straight away, just so they know you're in a fight, mate. I ain't come here to just play a tig and just be nice. I'm gonna smash you, mate. Yeah. And I think that's a mindset that I've always had. Like, you know, even in the fight that I had up in Scotland, you know, the first shot I threw at him, like more or less bust his nose, man. There was
you
blood
could see
everywhere.
when you had him.
Yeah, and that was I don't want to say I was probably I don't want to say too emotional, but I was a bit invested in that because it pissed me off. You know, when we're in the cage, and I probably let my emotions get the better of me a little bit, because like when, you know, the referee, the MC's announcing me, and he's like, he's just like, I'm doing my little bows and that, and obviously I'm just staring him out. You know, as you do as fighters, you're kind of sizing each other up and whatnot in the cage, and you know, he's like, "Do you like what you see?"
Oh fuck it.
And I said, "Yeah, you're gonna fucking find out, mate." Boom, just bounced him. Boom. And he thought we were gonna touch gloves, and I thought, "I'm touching gloves with you yet, mate." But obviously then the referee called us back in, and he made so he touched gloves, and obviously went back, and then that's it. I just fucking bounced, you know, just bam, just cracked him with the right hand, and boom, it just busted him up, and then he managed, obviously, same again, like you said, first 10 seconds, like, you know, within like 10, 15 seconds, I volleyed a kick at him, he's fucking caught it, he's sweeped me, he's took me down, and I'm just looking, I'm like, why is there fucking blood everywhere? There's a blood everywhere. I'm like, is this my blood? Is he? What?
You know what? The amount of blood was on that canvas was unreal.
Yeah.
It was literally puddles. YouTube grappling, and it was just puddle there. And I'm like, fuck.
It was covered.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, I could feel it, obviously, because like I said, when he fucking dived on my back and everything. I'm like, fuck's sake, man, I'm a defender, fucking choke and stuff, and I could just feel like blood trickling down me. I'm like, what the fuck, is it me? What is this?
Left tap on upset.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure. I just was not sure.
So going into your fights then, all these, have you had much bad blood going into many of your fights, or has it usually been respectful?
No, the majority I'd say have been respectful. You know, I'm a respectful guy. In all honesty, I'm not out here trying to fucking chat shit and online and bad mouth and insult. You know, someone like McGregor does, and you know,
it seems to have gone through the roof all that part of the game now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you still got the odd few fighters that'll still do it. You know, you've still got the odd ones that'll want to try and sell tickets maybe, or you know, build a fan base or whatever they want to do. But I think a lot of it now, you know, they're just kind of, let's fight. I think a lot of MMA is very respectful in terms, because there's so many different skill sets in MMA.
Yeah. I think if you're mouthing in a clever way, it's entertaining, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you just flat out insulting somebody just in stupid ways, it's just, I can think, fuck me, mate, just shut up.
Well, these guys with big mouths, it's when they don't back it up.
Yeah, that's the worst.
They're foolish then, don't they?
100%. 100%, you know. I've seen a few like guys showboating before and just get pinged. You know, there's one or two on, you know, you might have seen them yourselves on Instagram where, you know, the guys like giving it all that.
Oh,
him and stuff like that. It's like,
well deserved.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, that's what people are going to think. Well, what a fucking dick are they? You know, because it's all right to try to showboat and look good, but then if you can't even take a shot, or you get knocked out, then it's just pointless.
Yeah. Or you invested more in posing rather than fighting, and then you get caught. It's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's a dangerous game. So your career then, really, you started off as kickboxing. You started off with,
kickboxing.
How many fights would you say that you had, or too many to count?
Too many to count. I mean, I've only ever been dropped once in kickboxing, and fun enough, that guy is called Paul Elliott, King of the North. Lovely guy from TFT gym as well. Trains with Mick. I'm gonna get his name. Mick Parkin.
Sunderland,
Sunderland. So current UFC fighters, and fun enough, like I said, we've got a good relationship with Andrew Fisher, and you know, it was just obviously chatting to Andrew, and he's like, "Oh, I've got another heavyweight for you if you want to spar and that." And I said, "Yeah, sound, mate, bring him down." And I didn't realise, like, you know, I fought this guy years ago in kickboxing, and we had a fucking tear up. I'll never forget. It's on his Instagram. He's just got the little clip of the spinning wheel kick that he caught me with, and it's the only other time I've ever been dropped in kickboxing. You know, other than that, I've dropped people, knocked people out, and. We had a really good MMA bout. You know, like I said, we had a really good MMA spar, and it was interesting to see him again and how much we've both progressed. Like, he fights on one championship. It was just like, he's like, oh yeah, he's like, and I didn't realise. It just took me a while. I went, "You're that guy." Like, you're that guy.
Danny's gonna get it, this fucker.
Yeah. So we had a really good.
A lot of respect with each other.
Yeah, we had a really good 3-round. Because obviously, like I said, that was a week before I had the fight on FCC with Hader. So it was a good. Obviously, it's probably a really good sparring partner to have.
Cool.
You know.
Do you struggle then for spars? And you've been such a big lad, and
heavyweight now. I mean, at times you're always struggling because there's not many guys similar size or similar build or similar weight or similar experience that it's one or the other sometimes. You get guys that are your size might not have any experience. You'll get guys that are, similar size and, they might have, a bag of fights. So it swings and roundabouts sometimes. Like I said, I've got a really good training buddy in Matt Klempner, who's obviously come from Manchester. He's really good. He's a really good judo player as well. So I'm learning quite a bit. So
do you split your camp then really usually? Or
yeah, I mean the last one, like I said, I was a little bit at Subzone Fight Academy and doing some rounds with Cam in the mornings as well, and obviously the evenings because they've got a lot of jits players there. Obviously, they've got a lot of different MMA fighters there. Like I think Kane Musa were there, Saul Rogers, obviously old teammate James Powers, who used to train for AVT. He's there. So yeah, they've got quite a lot of different guys there. Guys that have fought in all different organisations: Cage Warriors, PFL, Bellator. So you've got a lot.
Brendan Loughnane over that way as well.
He is, but he doesn't train there. I think he train. I'm not 100% sure where he trains at. But I know he's trained at one of the gyms that I used to be at, Predators, in Manchester. He used to train there for a little bit, and then obviously Manchester top team possibly, and then kind of does his own thing with his own people.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
Flies about a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's PFL.
Whatever works for him. Yeah,
obviously.
Do you know, in ideal world, obviously, it's never ideal, but wouldn't be better, if you're fighting somebody, let's say you're 6'5" and you're fighting somebody who's 6'2". Or 6 foot, so it's a lot smaller guy than you. Then you want to spar with somebody that's 6 foot and experienced, wouldn't you? Just because to acclimatize to that height and reach and.
It's always be ideal, but the thing is with even sparring, it's never a fight, is it?
Yeah, well, true,
so this is a thing. You can do as much sparring as you want, and this is a great mindset that we have at AVT. There's no point sparring heavy. You'll see boxers fucking head guard on, trying to fucking
with big gloves
on. Try to knock each other. Yeah, great, mate. But again, you've got to think of longevity. How long do you want to be doing this?
Yeah, and how much do you learn when you're just biting down all the time and throwing down?
Yeah, because
technically wise, it's not great.
It's out the window. Technique wise, you're getting that fight kind of atmosphere and that fight mentality and that fight mindset. Yeah, of course. But in the same breath, you're fighting in a few weeks. What if you get clonked and then you can't fight because you've got
concussion? Like Oscar with broken nose.
Yeah. Yeah, poor Oscar.
Yeah, but when we were at AVT, I don't know if you obviously remember, you were in Octagon while we were doing all that. I just thought that was fucking brilliant. I was just watching you while we're doing all that. I thought, fucking hell, that's great.
Yeah, I had a bloody PT. Sorry, guys.
No, you were honestly
you were star at the show, man. That's why I've got you on now.
Well, looking, I thought, fucking hell. And I was looking at Oscar, I thought, you're quite a bit smaller, mate.
It was like sparring, wasn't it? You were still a bit of a move around.
Me and Oscar, we have a thing called El-Jitsu. So it's not quite jiu-jitsu, but it's El-Jitsu. So we elbow each other during jiu-jitsu, which is nice. Yeah. Not full on, but we both have each other one time. We were just elbowing each other. We had I don't know what kind of honeycomb footlock kind of position we were both in. He had my legs, I had little legs, and we were just elbowing each other's shins. So yeah, we always have a good spars. Oscar, his technique as well. He's very technical, and he's got really good stand up as well.
Yeah, he's got a good style as well.
Good teammate to have.
Yeah, he's more for what do you call it, Muay Thai, isn't he? His style is more kind of Muay Thai kind of.
On your bare knuckle stuff, I've got to touch on that, I suppose.
Yeah, man, that was fun.
How will lead up to that? Or
again,
that's short notice again. First one.
First day, yeah.
Down in London.
Yeah, that was a. That was a mad one, I loved it. Obviously Rico, bless him as well. He was fighting on the show, the champ, and 6 days notice. Danny rung me up Sunday. Got a fight for you. What you saying? Bare knuckle, want to pay you this much? Got a dropout. I don't know. Let me do a bit more MMA. I want to do a bit more MMA. And he's like, yeah, but they're going to pay this much. See how much you can get then. If you get any extra, then you can have some of them. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, it's in London. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah, sound. Fuck it. Let's go. And then following couple of days, boom, after finished training on Thursday, boom, slept over at Danny's house, boom, down flying. Well, got the train down to London, and yeah, I got a second round KO again that probably went a little bit viral. Obviously, because I wasn't really known, people didn't know what to expect. But the promoter at the time, because he knew me through my kickboxing days, he said I wasn't going to let the fight go because of the massive weight difference. Like, I think the guy had like a 5 stone weight advantage, which
over you.
Yeah. Like, I weighed him very light, like, and this is what
Jack Draper.
Yeah. This
5
is
stone. What's that weight?
Big
That's 30. That's 30 kilos.
Yeah. So I was
Fucking
about
hell.
92. Weighed in with all my clothes on, like jewellery on, like trying to be heavy. And that,
Danny on your back.
Like,
You have Danny
Come
on
on,
your
jump on, Danny. But then he must have weighed in at like 120, 30. Like, he was like he was almost at the peak of the heavyweight, like, kind of limit.
Hell, that's a big difference.
Yeah, I've watched it back. He was a big dude, wasn't he?
I could not
Massive.
stand and trade with him. Like, I knew Danny said just be awkward as usual. In out, bam, footwork.
That's your style, though, isn't it?
That's my style. That's from kickboxing.
Yeah.
That's Danny's style as well, isn't it? He when he does bare knuckle, he's not there standing and
You were more
just
elusive in his
training.
fight. We commented on that, didn't we? We noticed that.
I was commentating on that.
Oh,
It was nice. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, I was actually commentating on one of the Fully Game little podcasts as well. Bless Ellis and Josh. But yeah, I was actually commentating on it, which was nice to see. But I was probably more nervous for Danny's fight than I was my own. Like, fucking hell, coach. Yeah, coch. Yes. Yeah. I'm commentating like, oh shit.
Well, you can't say that, can you? Like,
I
just
know.
think, it's hard a bit. It's hard.
Yeah, like I said, obviously I've sparred Danny bits and bats, over the years, and he's always, he's got, a bag of experience, and he knows when to be in and out. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.
Good top coach as well.
Yeah, top coach, 100%. One of the best coaches, like I said.
And he's always in your corner, isn't he?
Yeah, 9 times out of 10. If it's not him, it'll be obviously Jay Caveman, Mr. Furnace, bless him. Like, he's coming with us to Croatia, and that's 2 little things that I wanted already. I said I want to try get on UFC Fight Pass. Boom, got that, and I want to fight abroad, and got that. So
good for you, mate.
already
definitely.
2 things ticked off the bucket list for this year. So I'm happy that things are going well and progressing.
No, good for you.
Bring back a little bit to the bare knuckle. How is it as an organization? Because nobody really knows about it much. BKFC, and they are getting bigger. And did that London show that was
in
massive,
general, it's
wasn't it?
booming, isn't it?
Well, yeah, after Conor McGregor is.
Well, in last
you know
5,
what I mean?
I'm not talking about last 5 days. I mean,
No,
like
but
last couple
last
years.
couple years, it's took off.
I've not got a bad word to say about him. Andy over here, who's one of the the organisers, the promoters. He's a good lad, like I said, I've got his number, chat to him, bless him, he messaged, like I said, it was him that literally messaged me happy birthday and that, and he's like, as well, would you want to get on the August show? And I said, you know what, yeah, why not? So, they look after us, they're nice, like I said, it was the most I've ever been paid to fight, so that
well
was,
deserved.
What about the crowd?
Yeah, the crowd's probably a bit mad.
They're baying for blood, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Obviously, it is. I don't want to say it's different to MMA, but obviously, it's a different target audience.
Yeah, because to them the technique is a lot less important. They just want to
they
see
show them.
They just want to see blood and brawl
blood and
and
knockouts and things like that. So I was just happy, obviously, again, I went down south, debut. I wasn't the home favourite. This guy had obviously sold quite a bag of tickets to obviously his family and friends and whatnot. And then when I spun him, like I said, I did feel bad. He was a nice lad, nothing against him. Same again, nothing but respect.
Big right hand, wasn't it?
But big uppercut. And like I said, I had a lot of people come up to me after, like, oh yeah, good fight. And obviously there were some of his relatives, some of his friends, and like I said, oh yeah, well done on your fight. So it was nice to have that
respectful.
bit of mutual respect. Because like I said, I think I voiced a few opinions out after that fight, but that wasn't anything directed towards him.
That's
that
your
was just,
you're buzzing.
that was just adrenaline rushing,
Yeah.
and that was obviously not as such during the Convid fight, but the aftermath, I think, of the Convid fight. I was chatting fucking ponces and nonces and
pissed off with everything.
Everything just kind of blurted out, which again, probably didn't sound the best, but yeah.
A win's a win, mate.
Yeah, win's a win, yeah. But what? Oh, fuck, I forgot what I wanted to ask. about BKFC. I had one more question, but I forgot. It doesn't matter.
Well, have you had 2 in BKFC?
2, yeah. So the last one, obviously, I shattered my hand. So obviously the knuckle.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah. So obviously I shattered my hand in the first round. Obviously we're in the ice rink in Leeds, and I just kind of looked at my hand and thought, oh, fucking hell, my knuckle's a bit swollen. I said, Danny, get some ice. He's like, get some ice. He's like, we ain't got any. What do you mean we're in a fucking ice rink? How we not got any ice?
One thing you should have.
Get that water bottle. Fucking rub the shit out of this. So, yeah, literally was just massaging my knuckle all between rounds. But we kind of kept it hush, or did his best to kind of keep it hush from the officials, because I don't know if they'd have tried to stop it. You know, because some of them do try and just intervene and be like, oh no, you can't fight.
Yeah, to protect you from further injuries.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, even the missus said, she goes, oh well, you should have just stopped. And I said, well, I'm not a quitter. I am a fighter. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna just. I don't like pulling out anyway. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna.
You might want to cut that bit out.
Is your lass gonna be listening to this?
Sure. She knows me. We've got a kid together. It's fine. It's fine. She knows I don't like pulling out. But yeah, no. Obviously, I probably should have. But I carried on fighting. But in my head, I was just kind of beating myself up. I'm fucking losing. Every time I ping him, I'm like, oh, it fucking hurts me. Why is it hurting me? And I'm like, oh yeah, my hand. But then I just carry on fighting, and there's a glimpse. I don't know what round it is. I kind of put it on my Instagram, where we've gone to like kind of not grapple as such, but obviously like clinched. And I try to like grab him, and my hand just like it just sort of
wouldn't work.
Yeah, just sort of flopping. Like there was no strength grip whatsoever in it, because obviously I bust that knuckle into pieces, but I also then broke this bit in the pivotal bit. So as you can see there, like I don't have one there as such. Yeah. So that tendon there, that. But you can't really see that because the plate and pins there covering it. So yeah, I mean, he caught me in the fourth with I wouldn't say a massive shot. He caught me. I kind of covered up a little bit, and then he caught me with a body shot. And I'll never get the comments. He's like, "That was the slowest knockdown and the most laboured knockdown I've ever seen," because it was kind of slow motion. Even Danny's like, "Why did you go down so slow?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know, man. I was just beating myself."
That's the fighter trying to stay up.
I'm trying to stay up. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake, man. And then it's as I pushed up. Because obviously I got back up off the count, I'm like, yeah, sound, man, I'm fine.
Just took air out of
you. Just took the air, he caught my body shot, let me have a breather. And then as I pushed up off of this hand, because if I'd have carried on, if I'd have pushed up off this hand, I'd just be like, yeah, let's go. But it's when I pushed up off my right hand, I'm like, oh, and I felt the pain again, and then I turned round to the referee, I'm like, fuck. And then I turned back round, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good to go, and he's like, no, and he just waved it off. But they were like 10 seconds of the fourth round, so it's one of them fights. And after the fight, like Conor even said, he's like, "Oh fucking hell, the toughest fight I've ever had, mate. Like you give me my toughest fight." And I said, "Oh fucking hell, mate, I had one hand." I didn't realise I had one hand, but I'm like, "Yeah, fucking hell, I broke my hand."
Yeah. But, so that's what was my question really. When you obviously even in MMA, I know they are only 4 ounce gloves, but they still gloves. They still protect you, don't they?
Yeah.
So when you go to bare knuckle, how different it is for you to move and act, and because you have to protect your knuckles and everything, don't you?
It's a different.
Yeah, they throw different.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I think I did in the first fight. I was a bit more. But then I think in the second fight, I think I will like fucking really try to dig at him a little bit more, and I think that's where I might have gone wrong. And instead of just try to ping him and just be ping, just be a little bit looser. Yeah. I think like I said, I've caught. I don't know what I caught his forehead, his elbow, whatever I've caught. But obviously then, like I said, it just shattered. Literally, that knuckle just completely shattered. When I seen it on the X-ray, it was just like my knuckles obviously been pushed back there. You can kind of see it there. So
completely taken off there.
Yeah, they pushed it right back, and obviously this finger's usually they're a similar size, but this index finger's smaller than my kind of middle kind of finger.
Beauty of fighting, eh?
Yeah, it's a nice war story to tell. The kids when I get older. How did you do that, Grandad? Well, let me show you. Let's watch this bare knuckle fight.
6-year-old.
Yeah. Is that you? Yeah. I was in my prime.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nah, good for you, mate. You're a warrior, aren't you? I mean, we look through your record. Yeah. You've had a few losses, plenty of wins, but it's not very often you got distance, is it?
No, I try
fights,
not to.
They're always entertaining fights. Win, lose, draw.
Yeah,
that's what I try. I try to be the most entertaining because I'm not a fan of watching boring fights myself. So I think, well, why do I want people to watch me if I'm boring? Why do I want people to watch me if every fight goes to a unanimous decision or a split decision or a draw? I don't want people watching fights. It's boring.
Do you know there is fights where like you had the last one where it goes to split decision or the distance.
Yeah, that was a fucking
wall.
That was
brilliant.
Yeah. That was a fair one.
When two guys standing and they like hesitant to hit each other and they try and like
Ngannou and
and the end of the day it's a ring, isn't it?
Yeah, there was so much expectation on that Ngannou and Derek Lewis fight, and it was one of the worst fights you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Both absolute killers,
and
massive.
they were just too scared to one of them,
And Ngannou said he was injured after that, but I'm like, were you? I don't. Well, he was. Well, he had the knee injury, didn't he? But I mean, how bad was it? He still went to fight.
Every fighter's got some injury to some extent.
That's what you said a few times.
You're never 100% fit. Like you can speak to any fighter and he'll say, "Oh, you have this ankle or my knee or my wrist or my hip or my back or my nose or my wrist."
Always something.
There's always something. There's always something that's niggling away at you. But again, it's having that fighter's mindset to just try and fight through that pain barrier. Because it's just life, you know what I mean? Life's going to fucking hit you in the ass and you're going to, got this bill or that bill or, you've got this car's broke down or something's happened in your family or whatever. You've always got obstacles to like overcome.
Yeah.
And that's how I see the fight game. Like, we've always got obstacles that we have to try and overcome. And if you let that mentally beat you up, you're always going to lose.
It's a good mindset, mate.
You had a few challenges thrown at you, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I think every fight that I've had since that highlight reel front kick knockout has been a wrestler.
No, I mean not in life, not
in
life. Out of ring.
In life, sorry, yeah. Obviously, my daughter was one. She had obviously Down syndrome, so that was a big challenge to kind of get used to when I was like 21, 22. Like, find out you're going to be a dad and your daughter's got a disability. Because, like I said, I always say there was nobody that I could relate to. There was no one my age, none of my friends.
Pretty much a kid yourself as well.
Yeah, I was young, like I said, fucking hell. My ex was, at the time, chatting to me, like, I need to tell you something, I'm playing on fucking Call of Duty. Hang on a minute, I can't pause it, I'm online. I'm online. I'm pregnant. Guys, I gotta go.
Yeah, it's one of
it's a crazy one, but like I said, I've overcome a lot in life. I think, and challenges. Even with kids, had to go through court to see him. My ex is she's a SOB. I don't want to go too much into it because of how she is and what kind of lifestyle I've had, and I think that's why probably that highlight reel knockout come out, because I'd not seen my kids for months.
Yeah,
and a lot of anger come out, a lot of stress come out when I got that, and obviously I was battling in court. That's when I just literally started the court proceedings that year. I just literally started and eventually got my kids come my birthday, but it was probably like the best birthday treat I had in a long time. But some women are a bit vindictive like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, I won't.
It's all character building for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's it. It makes me stronger. She's obviously made me. Or they've and that's why I'm called TNT as well, because my daughter's called Tay and my son's called Thierry. So it used to be like a kickboxing nickname for me, and then I thought I'll just keep it and
carry on. Yeah, it's a cool nickname, isn't it? Everyone thinks about explosion, isn't it? TNT. Oh, fucking hell, and you are explosive, so it makes sense.
So it works hand in hand.
It does. Yeah.
How much time we got? Because you got to go to class, isn't it?
Yeah, I got a few minutes.
You're a busy man, like we said,
I know, I do apologise.
No, that's all right. You can come back anytime anyway,
Good stories to tell, mate.
So,
But so wish you all the best, mate.
Yeah,
thanks for coming on
Sunday.
Brilliant. We could sit here for a lot longer, but now you've got commitments. So good luck on Sunday, mate. You've certainly got a couple of, or three of us, but one decided not to turn up. But no, you've definitely got a few more fans here, mate. We respect you as a man, as a fighter, and wish you all the best in future, and keep some arse on Sunday.
Well, that's it. I just wanted to be an all-round martial arts as well. I think that's why the transition from the kickboxing to the boxing.
Well, you've done
to the MMA,
so you do sambo,
done
you
sambo,
do MMA,
done MMA,
bare knuckle boxing,
boxing,
kickboxing, and then
you might done any stick fighting,
then there's something else.
I've done jiu-jitsu,
Jiu-jitsu.
I've done wrestling comp. So yeah, I've just tried to do it all. You know, like I said, I think it's a mindset of being like Bruce Lee as well.
Yeah.
You know, be like water, my friend.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Be like water.
Chink.
Cheers, guys.
No, cheers to you, mate, and all, like I said, all the best.
Absolutely.
Oh, just before we go, can we watch you at weekend?
Yeah, about that.
A few people are asking me.
that?
I'm not 100% sure just yet. I'm waiting to get there to try and get a bit more intel.
Even if we can watch online.
Yeah, anything like that'd be cool. Yeah.
I mean, there's possibly a stream. I just don't know. I just know it's FNC. That's what it's called. You know, if you've got a fire stick, and it might work. I don't know, you know. But
fire stick, what's that?
I don't know, you know. FNC anyway, it's called. But I am going to find out because a few people asked me if I can watch, and I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm going to try and see if there's a link for it, and you know, if you can stream.
No,
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, definitely good luck to you. Looks like you have a bit of a fight on your hands.
Yeah. I know he's going to want to wrestle.
Yeah, he'll try to take you down. I think in first 10 seconds because he watched a few of your fights and you'll think. He cracks in first 10 seconds, really, every time.
Make him feel it early, mate.
That's it, he's going to feel it. He's going to feel it. You know, I was saying I've watched his fights and, you know, like I said, there's nothing that, again, I'm going to look at and be like, oh, yeah, something new there.
Yeah.
Nothing new. He's going to want to wrestle. He's going to want to hold on. He's going to want to try and get a sub. He's going to want to try and, you know, win on the ground.
You've got a lot more experience in him as well. He's only had a few.
He's only had 3. I think he's 3-0. So yeah, he might be undefeated. But like I said, my plan is to go there, even my record out 5-5, and give him his first loss, and 3-1 after I finish with him.
No, good man.
So that's the plan.
Glory.
Do you want to shout anybody out or any sponsors or any socials? I mean, like that,
I'll
mate.
shout obviously Mr. 411 out, Mr. Techie, XS Guards, AMJ, my other electrical sponsor, bless you. My sponsor that passed away, bless his soul, that's why I try and keep him next to my heart, Mr. Mercado. Obviously all my teammates at AVT, all my coaches at AVT, my teammates at Manchester, Subzone Fight Academy, and obviously a few of the lads down at Manchester Y Club as well. And if I forgot anyone, I apologise, but thanks again guys for the support and thanks for having me.
Good man.
Absolutely, yeah.
Appreciate it, thank you.
The No Bones Podcast.